Do you ever think it's funny how people look when there's like two of them riding a motorcycle? Like, if you're that second person on the back just hanging on for dear life, I don't know if I'd ever want to do that. I don't know why people ever would do that. Anyway, today I'm here to talk about my project, my design project. Specifically, the project I'm talking about is, as my previous YouTube short said, I guess, I'm going to be making, by the way, I'm parked if you can't tell from the background. I'm going to be making a pizza cutter holder. And so the way it's going to work is I'm going to have a base, and then I'm going to have a rack right here. And on the rack, there's going to be two little prongs. You're going to rest the handle in here, and then the cutter will go and rest in a groove there. Here's a few constraints. I don't want to do it on the FSU printers. Number one, that just seems like a lot of work. Number two, I really don't want to. And number three, my roommate has a printer, and so I can do a lot of prints in really rapid sessions. So if I mess up, I don't have to wait all the way again at the end of a queue. Instead, I can just see what the error is, fix it, and go again. So I'm going to be using his cutter, but that means I don't get access to as many of the actual, what do you call them, settings and stuff that the FSU printers have. And so it will require a little more work on my part. And so in a little bit, we're going to cut to like me and my roommate figuring out how to use his 3D printer. But in the meantime, I'm going to walk you through the other big problem, which is I have to design it myself based on a 255 box area. So I have to get the measurements for the pizza cutters. They have to be fairly universal. And then I have to make one. And then once that works, we're all good. So anyway, join me on that trip. This is the printer. This is the piece. You can kind of actually see from the light at this angle. Just printed like that, just came off, so it's still warm. We printed it through, what is this, Bambu?
Bambu Labs
Bambu
slicer.
Labs. Bambu Labs slicer. And so like I did the design, I gave him a thumb drive for it, and then he just sent it to his printer, and boom. Now we have to figure out if we're gonna print the other pieces later, but that's all for now. Back here on the project, the bill's just lost. Very sad. Anyway. My secondary piece design is this, which is clearly just designed to like go stick in the side here, and then it has a long handle to rest this upon. And I'm going to do two things to this. First, I'm going to make a few changes so that it doesn't need as many supports, because it's going to print kind of on its backside like this. But I was talking with Brad, my roommate, and he said that the 3D printers, I'm basically too close. I'm going to shave this down by just maybe like 0.1 or 0.2 millimeters, and then I'm going to drop those all the way down to the back there so they don't need supports. And then we're going to print one of those, test to see how it works, and if that works, print two more.
V3.
Yeah.
In there. And then
Slice it.
slice plate. And then we want to export plate sliced file to this. Boom.
Here's the first one of the three printed, and there's two design changes that need to be made for the next two. This one works just fine, clearly it fits in, but the height here is actually wider than the base. And so although the bases are designed to fit next to each other, the height pieces clearly aren't, so I need to bring those sides in a little. And then secondly, I want to bring the sides in a little just in case so that all of them will fit. It was pretty snug with like the 1 millimeter reduction, so I just want to reduce the sides by like 1 millimeter on each side also so they fit as well. But anyway, that's all.